Yes, everyone, let's pretend I did a cool transition because that was not cool. But I did try something new, and that's what this channel is all about, is trying something a little different, a little new, getting out of my comfort zone, and that was definitely not comfortable. Let's never do that again. Anyways, today I am taking and finishing up my project. Last week we had the little pots that I painted. You can see the one on the left where I it needed another go around with the yellow, so that's why you see it over in the corner there. I wanted to paint the base. I'm not going to use the base with the big pot. I'm actually going to use it to hold the two little ones. But today I wanted to take and make some cactus rocks. I figure I can't, you're not supposed to use that word. You can't unalive rocks. So this is going to be the one garden I can manage to keep alive. And then I went out to go mow the lawn this morning. One of the pots had been knocked over, I think, by a cat. We have some feral cats in the neighborhood, and I think that they got intrigued by not just the cacti, but the sand in the pots. And so I may need to switch over from sand to gravel, but that's a problem for another day. I had started painting this one with a very light green, and it just was way too yellow. So I decided to pop in with a darker green. I don't know how much you know about cactus. So we're going to do a did you know version with cactus facts. So I'll just be slipping those in here and there. But the first one is, did you know that there are over 2,000 types of cacti? I had no idea. That is a lot of different cacti. Now, here in Utah, especially if you go to southern Utah, oh, they're everywhere. I mean, you got it, close to the Arizona border, which Arizona is kind of known for cacti. I couldn't begin to tell you what kind of cacti are down there. I mean, I could probably do the research. I should have done the research. No, why would I do that research? That just seems weird. But I love to go to southern Utah. It's so different from northern Utah, which you wouldn't think, it being in the same state, that it would be so different, but it really is. Um, it's even though all of Utah is a desert, it's very, very different. You got the more mountainous regions here in northern Utah, and then as you head southern, you get the red rocks, and oh my goodness, those are so pretty. And you get a lot more. It looks more like an actual, what you picture a desert to be. Now, I have never painted cactus before, and so I had to do a lot of going online, and it really surprised me that it it's not. How do I explain it? It wasn't as exacting as I thought it was going to be. I thought you had to do I don't know how to explain what I thought I was doing, but it was more like the lines I thought you had to be perfect on, and the entire thing. You're like, how do you do the shading of the different lines? And it ended up being the more unnatural your lines, the better it looked. And so I got kind of excited. I'm using four different colors of green here. And two of these rocks that you see kind of have a white belly on it. They had natural protrusions, and so I decided to use those to make like a two for one. So you get two different cacti for the price of one rock, which they actually end up looking really cool. So I painted those a different color green as well. Well, did you know that cacti can be tall or short, round or flat? The ones that are down in southern Utah really are more flat and very, very round. They're almost like discs. Um, Definitely very spiky. You don't want to um, get too close to them, but they're really, really cool looking. So, finally doing the backs of these. It was so hot in my house. My goodness, you guys, it has just been, yeah, I mean, we've had over 100 degrees temperatures, and we have what's called a swamp cooler. So, we don't have a typical air conditioner. It's something that's more common here in the desert areas, where water is filtered or is sent through some filters, and then a motor blows air through that, cooling down the house. And so that's kind of what we've got. And ours wasn't working up to capacity. And so the house was getting up to about 88 degrees, and it was, oh, it was miserable for a few days until we finally figured out what was going on. So the good thing was the paint dried really fast. I guess that's a good thing if I'm looking for a silver lining. And so I didn't have to wait very long for the rocks to dry and to keep going. Now it's so funny because here it looks like I accidentally did two different colors of green. I didn't realize I was doing that. Well, I did realize I was doing that, which is why I went back over it again. Anyways, so more facts. Did you know that while most cacti are green, some can have a bluish tint, some can be yellow, and some can even be red? I've never seen a red cacti. I should, again, I could just look it up on the internet, but oh, wouldn't that be amazing to see a red cacti? I mean, yellow is kind of close to green, bluish is kind of close to green, so that doesn't seem quite as unusual, but red, that would be so cool. So I started doing the lines on here. And like I said, it was really easy. It wasn't anything super complicated. Um, this rock was really cool because it just had natural lines that I could follow anyways. And so it just was me painting up one side and down the other. Trying to figure out what colors I wanted to use, dark on the light, light on the dark. I think on one of them I even did a dark on a dark, and so that ended up creating more shading, which was pretty cool. Well, did you know that cacti live in the desert where rain can be scarce? You probably already knew that. I already knew that. But they can store water in their stems, in their roots, and in their spines, those little spiny, prickly things on them. And they might not need water for over a year thanks to the, you know how, I don't know if you've ever actually seen a cactus in person, but it has like the outer layer of it is waxy, and that helps retain the water. Did you know that some cacti grow flowers, and they can be anywhere from white, pink, and yellow and red to orange or maybe even blue? That would be cool to see a blue flower. Did you know that some of those flowers might blossom for one night, but some flowers will only blossom at night, which I thought was pretty cool. So cacti don't blossom very regularly as far as I know, but just to be able to see that, or to be able to even see that at night, that would be pretty amazing. Now I'm just doing crisscrosses here, and I end up going back and putting more in because at some point it just looked like a baseball, looked like a tennis ball trying to be a baseball. But I had seen this on a picture and thought it was pretty cool looking, so I wanted to give it a try. And I figured my biggest rock was the easiest one to do that on. And these were making me laugh because these smaller ones ended up starting to look like watermelon until you finally put the dots and the spikes. Did you know the sharp points on a cactus are actually called spines, and they can be straight or curved, they can be round or hooked. And I think that it doesn't matter what size or shape they are, they would just hurt. The spines can actually hold water, which I think is pretty cool. And it can act as a protector from birds, animals, and different insects. Although the only insect it really, and I don't know why it is, but it actually has a nectar in it that encourages, what was it, ants, I think I read. And so I don't know why. I think the ants, um, oh, what am I trying to say? The ants protect it from other insects. They come in and they eat other insects and things that might damage the cactus. So that was pretty cool. Now here I'm just using a dotting tool to put the dots on. Some of these I do just dots. Some of them I do little some of the spines on. But I just love to look how just putting the dots on suddenly makes it look less like a watermelon and more like a cactus. Here we go with my little tiny one. And I still have 4 rocks to go. Well, did you know that new cacti can grow from fallen spines? I didn't know that. So be wary of those spines, you guys. You never know what's going to grow from them. Now, some varieties of cacti can live for up to 200 years, and I think that's the really big ones. The largest type of cactus is called a saguaro. It can reach up to about 40 feet tall, but the tallest one was over 78 feet. And you guys, you got to Google pictures of I can't say it, saguaro cactus, because you can get some of the funniest pictures. They look like little people or stick figures trying to run or climb, or they are just hilarious. You really should. And my last little fact is that the edible cacti can include dragon fruit. I didn't realize dragon fruit was a cactus, the prickly pear, and the barrel cactus. Not all fruit produced by cacti can be eaten, but just some little facts about cacti. All right, so I'm about done with my little one. That one was probably my favorite, honestly. It was so hard to decide, should I paint him as a cactus or should I save him for like a little ghost. He had the perfect shape to do a little ghost. In any case, I think I've run out of things to say. Probably a relief for some of you. In any case, I am going to go ahead and just turn on some music, let you enjoy the rest of the video. You are more than welcome to give it a like. If you like this video, I really had a good time painting these, and you'll see that oh, I went over to Hobby Lobby and found these little um, stands that I was able to put them on. And so, but now I need to, like I said, I think a cat got a hold of one of them and knocked it over. So I need to go fix that up and probably look into doing something that won't spill quite so easily. In any case, I hope you guys make it a great day, and we will see you next week.